Welcome to the course on Serverless framework. My name is Durgapsar Budhwari. In the new series, we are going to talk about AWS Lambda events using Go language. The first event which we are going to talk is Scheduler, also known as cron-job. This Scheduler event series has been divided into two parts. In first part, we'll see how we can create a cron job using AWS Console, and this will involve all manual steps. And in second part, we'll see how we can automate all these steps using serverless framework. There are two requirements for this series. One, you should have your own AWS account, and you should already install serverless framework on your local system. If you are watching this video first time and if you don't know how to install serverless framework on your local system, then in the description I will share a link by which you can view how to install serverless framework. Open your favorite editor. You are free to choose whichever editor you are more comfortable with. If you want to go with VS Code, Sublime, or even if with Terminal, then you are free to choose. I am more comfortable with Golang. In this video series, I am going to give you code walkthrough only in Golang. This is a very basic code. Here, the time display handler is actually printing current time in a specific RFC 850 format. We need to add specific package. The name of package is github.com AWS Lambda -lambda. This package is required to register your handler. In our case, the name of handler is time display handler to Lambda execution environment. We can get this package by many ways. We can run the command go get and the name of package, or we can use any dependency package manager like dep or go vendor. For this video, I am going to run the simple go get command to get this package. After getting package, we need to register our handler. In our case, the name of handler is time display handler into Lambda, and this can be done using a function lambda.start and passing the name of handler. Then we need to build the Lambda. The Lambda execution environment works only on Linux. That's why we need to generate our artifact in Linux. This can be done using this command, which is shown in terminal. We need to select the operating system, then we need to run go build command, and we need to provide parameter that shrink the package size, and we need to also provide the path where we want to generate this file. In our case, it's a bin and the name of the executable is cron-job. After running this command, we can clearly see that it has created a cron-job executables in a bin folder. Now the coding part is done. It's time for deployment. For deployment, we need to go to AWS Management Console. From there, we can navigate to Lambda by searching the Lambda name in Find Services. Here, we need to create a new Lambda function. For creating a new Lambda function, first we need to click a create a function button. Here, we need to select a runtime. In our case, it's a go1.x. Then we need to put a function name. In our case, it's a simply serverless cron job. And then we only need to click on create function button. The new function simply serverless cron job has been created, and this function has access to AWS CloudWatch logs. This log is required to display current time, which our function is doing. The runtime has been selected is go1.x. If you are using Node.js, Python, Ruby languages, then AWS Lambda also provide you code editor. But for the runtime Go, .NET, Java, we need to upload the executables and in a zip format. For packaging all the executables into zip file, first we need to go to terminal, and then we need to navigate to a specific directory, and then we need to run a command which is zip, the file name of the zip file and the files which we need to include in a zip file. In our case, the command is zip target.zip bin/star. That means all the files which are part of bin folder will be clubbed together and it will be form a zip file which we need to upload in AWS Lambda. Then we need to go to AWS Management Console. for uploading target.zip file. And we also need to change the handler. In our case, the executable is a part of bin/cron-job. That's why we need to put here bin/cron-job, the name of executable. And then we need to click on save button. After clicking on a save button, it will upload target.zip file, as well as it's also going to modify the handler. Before configuring this Lambda for running as a cron job, first we need to test this Lambda. For testing Lambda manually, we need to configure an event. This can be done by creating on select test event, configure test events, and we can put some dummy name over here. Now we need to click on test button. After clicking on test button, it is actually going to execute this Lambda, and in logs we can clearly see that it is displaying current time in UTC format. Now our Lambda is working as expected, but the way is now it's manual. We can add trigger. There are two ways we can add a cron job or scheduler trigger in Lambda. First way is we can go to CloudWatch, and from CloudWatch we can select events, and in events we need to create a new rule. While creating a new rule, we need to provide event source. It can be event pattern or it can be schedule. In this video we are going to select schedule. Then there are two types of schedules which CloudWatch provide. One type is fixed rate and another type is cron expression. We are going to cover both of these types in details, but for now we'll select a fixed rate and the duration is 1 minute. That means after every 1 minute is going to trigger something. Then we need to add a target. In our case, it's our Lambda which we have created. We need to add the name to the rule. In our case, it's a 1 minute trigger. Please make sure that the rule name should not include any space or any special character. Then we can go to AWS Lambda and see all the configuration over there. Now in AWS Lambda we can see that one trigger has been added. It's a CloudWatch event, and that event name is 1 minute trigger, and it has a schedule expression which is rate 1 minute. That means trigger this Lambda after every 1 minute. Now we can go to monitoring and we can go to CloudWatch logs, and in the logs we can see that it is triggering an event after every 1 minute. Now we can go back to the Lambda and create a new trigger from there. Here we'll select a CloudWatch event and we will create a new rule. We can see there are existing two rules and we are going to create a new rule. The new rule will be 5 p.m. daily. That means execute this Lambda every day 5 p.m. and the cron expression is 017. 17 is for 5 p.m. and ** means daily. In the description I'm going to share you two links. One is how you can use cron expression in AWS and another is how you can create a cron generator. You can refer these two links and you can create your own cron expression. The new cron events has been created. Now we can see we have both the events, 1 minute trigger and 5 p.m. daily trigger. In next video we are going to see how we can eliminate all these manual steps using serverless framework.